So Demi Lovato has been dating fellow musician Jordan Lutes since August of 2022, and this weekend it was confirmed that they are set to tie the knot. It was said to be a personal and intimate proposal, and the couple would be headed to a restaurant in LA where they celebrated the happy news with their families. Demi showed off the engagement ring in a photo of the two of them smiling at each other, and in the caption she wrote, "I'm still speechless. Last night was the best night of my life and I can't believe I get to marry the love of my life. My love, I'm beyond excited to marry you. Every day I've spent with you has been a dream come true, and I can't wait to love and cherish you forever. Here's to the rest of our lives." News of the engagement comes just days after Demi revealed that when Jutes was going on tour with her last year, he felt inspired to get a tattoo in honor of her track Forever For Me. This was just because she wrote it about him, so he asked her to do the tattoo herself. Demi then explained the story on the Jennifer Hudson show and said that while she didn't want to give him the full tattoo herself, she did assist with a significant part of it, and she believes that it turned out okay in the end. The two of them met when she was working on her 2022 album Holy F, and she explained that they are super in love and it's so special that she found someone she can also make music with. When she was asked about being with him, she said, "He actually helped me co-write one of my singles, Substance, and a few songs on my last album. We worked really well together and we are also just super in love, so I'm very happy with him. It's amazing to be able to find someone that you can just laugh and laugh with, that you get to make music with as well. It's so special, so I'm very happy." The pair went public in New York City as they were spotted walking hand in hand. In the year following their romance, they haven't really been shy when it comes to showing off their relationship. So in March, Demi celebrated Jutes' birthday and she made it the sweetest Instagram post ever. She wrote, "I've waited my whole life to find you and I can't wait to celebrate so many more birthdays together. You are a literal dream come true and I'm so grateful to call you mine. Have the best birthday, my love. You deserve it, the world, and more." Jutes then returned the favor in August as he celebrated Demi's birthday. In his own post, he wrote, "Happy birthday to my best friend. You're obviously the most beautiful and talented person to ever do it, but more importantly, you're weird AF and you make me cry laughing. Your heart has changed lives all over the planet, especially some dude from a farm in Canada who wound up in your session over a year ago. I didn't know the perfect person existed until I met you." So Jordan is a Canadian musician who used to study film while he was living in Toronto, though he would later develop a passion for songwriting. He was originally signed to Capitol Records, but then he made the big decision to leave the company in order to follow his own path as an independent artist. He explained that he left because the record label were not able to support him in the way that he needed as a result of budget cuts. He was also wanting to be completely back in charge of his career in the way that most indie artists are. As for his relationship with Demi, it's clearly going well. Not only are they super close in age at 31 and 32, but they're also very clearly in love. Earlier this year, a source spoke out about their romance and said, "Demi and Jutes are doing great. They're very in love and just enjoying their time together. Her friends and family think Demi and Jutes make a good match and a good couple. Jutes wants what's best for her and everyone sees that." So far, Demi's longest relationship ever has been with Wilmer Valderrama, who she dated on and off between 2010 and 2016. She was super young when she first met the older actor, but they allegedly didn't start dating until she turned 18 that August. Wilmer did try to help Demi battle her addictions and supported her while she was filming her 2012 documentary Demi Lovato Stay Strong. But in a joint statement they later said, "After almost 6 loving and wonderful years together, we have decided to end our relationship. This was an incredibly difficult decision for both of us, but we have realized more than anything that we are better as friends. We will always be supportive of one another. Thank you to everyone who has offered us kindness and support over the years." The breakup did seem to be for the best though, considering how controversial their relationship was. But it was also bad timing because Demi still had major issues with substance use at this time, and her journey to sobriety had been well documented over the years. Her battle with addiction was actually a lot darker and scarier than most people realize. The incident in 2018 almost ended her life and it left her with long-term health complications. In her documentary Dancing with the Devil, Demi revealed that she was left with irreparable brain damage and she will have to deal with the effects of that for the rest of her life. Not only that, but it also caused 3 strokes, a heart attack, and organ failure. She had pneumonia from asphyxiating on her own vomit. And when she woke up in the hospital's intensive care unit, she says she was legally blind. It took about 2 months to recover enough eyesight for her to read a book, and that never fully went away. These days, she said that she can't actually drive a car because of all the blind spots that she still has on her vision. In the hospital, Demi was administered with an emergency antidote, but the doctors believed that she only had 5 to 10 more minutes to live. In the documentary, she said, "I've dealt with a lot of the repercussions, and I feel like they are still there to remind me of what could happen if I ever get back into that dark place again. I'm grateful for those reminders, but I'm so grateful that I was someone that didn't have to do a lot of rehabbing. The rehabbing she's talking about came on the emotional side. In the end, she recognizes that her issues with substance use will be a lifelong battle, and that's something that she works at every day. Of course, she still experiences dark moments from time to time, but she has come a long way spiritually and emotionally. Since that fateful incident, she's learned to love herself a lot more and do things that contribute to her health and happiness. Unfortunately, her 22-year-old sister Madison De La Garza has also been going through some similar struggles. In a candid interview, she opened up about dealing with substance misuse just like her older sister. She spoke to E! News about what pulled her into the world in the first place and then how she finally got out of it. Madison said, "I went through a lot of things last year that made me want to stay in bed, that made me want to hide from the world. My best friend was substances and it disconnected me from those around me. She only realized that she had a problem when it started impacting her relationship with her friends and her mom. And that's when she knew that she had to make a change. Fortunately, it was not something that she had to deal with alone." Her older sister had been very open about her own struggles with addiction, and that is something that finally inspired Madison to get help. She said, "I would have never ever done that if it wasn't for her. I think her honesty, her bravery, and being 100% honest and open and being an open book, I think that is what drives me." And Demi apparently gives her sister a lot of advice in this area, but even better than that is the fact that she also leads by example. Now that she's sober, Madison said she feels free and the world seems just lighter and more colorful. The young actress is now dedicating her time to helping others who are going through similar struggles and supporting the sobriety of her friends and her family. But if that wasn't enough chaos, Demi has also had her fair share of headlines for other parts of her life, particularly switching back to identifying as she, her, in addition to they, them pronouns, because she said she got tired of explaining the meaning behind it. She spoke to GQ Hype Spain and said, "I feel like I constantly had to educate people and explain why I identified with those pronouns. It was absolutely exhausting. I just got tired. But for that very reason, I know that it's important to continue spreading the word." Demi also says that she wishes for more gender-neutral spaces for everyone because she found herself torn over basic amenities like sex-assigned bathrooms and government paperwork. She said, "I face this every day. For example, in public toilets, having to access the women's bathroom even though I don't completely identify with it. Or it also happens when filling out forms like government documents or anything where you have to specify your gender. You only have two options, male and female, and I feel like none of that makes sense to me." Demi said that she is conditioned to select women because she says there are no other options, and that is something that she wants to change, and with time, she hopes there will be those options. Though her statement was met with support from some of her fans, it's safe to say that it also drew in a lot of criticism, especially from those in the queer community who called her comments invalidating. There were also some very harsh words for her online, and to add to that came all the homophobic comments claiming that she only used they them pronouns for attention. And just from a quick glance on social media, you could see that there was a very strong negative reaction to this news. If you didn't know, Demi came out as non-binary in May of 2021, and at the time she released a statement saying that she will officially be changing her pronouns to they them. More than a year later though, and she decided to add she her back in because she had been feeling more feminine. She went on the Spout podcast in August of 2022 and explained her decision. She acknowledged that no one is perfect and said that everyone messes up pronouns at some point, and especially when people are learning. The thing is, it's just all about respect. And although she has been very open with people in terms of what she's going through, it hasn't always made her the most popular person in the room. You might remember back in 2021, she was scrutinized heavily for calling out an LA froyo shop called The Big Chill. Demi slammed the shop for their apparent pro-diet culture marketing. She posted on her Instagram story saying, "Finding it extremely hard to order froyo from The Big Chill when you have to walk past tons of sugar-free cookies / other diet foods before you get to the counter. Do better, please." She then referenced the company's phrase, "Eat me guilt-free," and wrote, "This screams diet culture and I won't be gaslit by the media or anyone else that says otherwise." The debacle just got worse and worse when the internet ended up taking the side of the froyo shop, and Demi was hit with so much backlash that she eventually posted on Instagram Live and tried to defend her decision to her followers, but to no avail. A few months later, she went viral again for her comments about extraterrestrial life. When she was talking about her docuseries on Peacock called Unidentified with Demi Lovato, she said, "I think that we have to stop calling them aliens because aliens is a derogatory term for anything. That's why I like to call them ETs." She also claimed to have been abducted at one point in time. Although some of her fans found the whole thing funny, others were a little more concerned about her well-being here, because at the end of the day, that is what really matters. So what do you guys think about Demi Lovato? Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you all in the next video.